I'm thrilled to be joined by this year's composition contest winner, Kyle Rivera. Welcome, Kyle.
Thank you so much. It's really wonderful to be here and quite an honor to have been selected. Brought this idea of a theme and variations where we sort of tell a cross-time story about George Bridgetower, which is then how this piece came to be.
The techniques that you incorporate are fascinating. I'm a big fan of certain composers that immediately caught on to some similarity with the idea of incorporating a centuries-old fragment inside the sound world of the 21st century. We recently performed at the Chamber Orchestra Luciano Berio's rendering, which is the Schubert 10th Symphony reconstructed with Berio's own language, of course Rockberg. How did you, because there's so little of Bridgetower left, how did you weave his musical vocabulary into the huge swath of your own?
Yeah, so I viewed it on multiple levels. So I tend to structure my music on a macro and a micro level. So on a macro level, there's this large tonal structure that's built around the same tonality that the Bridgetower uses. So it's all in F major in a loose sense of the word. And so we begin in F and then we deviate and then return back in the same way that Bridgetower would have in his music. And I even use some of the same bass lines that underlie his chord progressions that he uses in the song. As well as taking thematic fragments and sort of turning them on their heads and comparing them in certain ways to Beethoven and some of his contemporaries in a way to tell a story that shows what his legacy was, what it could have been, and then what it has become. I like to view this older music as sort of a screen that I can then project my own voice onto. And so with these structures and these fragments that I had from Bridgetower, I was able to then speak my own voice and sort of show the ways that I feel connected to Bridgetower and then also how I want to view his music in the 21st century.
And I'm glad you brought that up because the colors that you're able to get out of a late 18th century orchestra are fascinating. One flute, double woodwinds, and just the same string count that we would have in a Mozart or a Beethoven symphony. So I want to congratulate you, Kyle, on a really remarkable piece. It was the confidence and the use of form and the variations, what you've injected into this, your own personality shown through, amazing colors in this work. And if we all come away with a better understanding of who this important violinist was in history and the work that he contributed, I think that we're all much, much better off. Thank you for helping to tell his story and to contribute in your beautiful work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.